Okay, well, hello everyone. This is Rene Liaw from MLM Unbiased, and I just want to continue with the part 2 of what makes a compensation plan good and how to sort of pick one that's going to be really important for you to build long-term business. I just actually here waiting to pick up my kids in about 9 minutes from now. Got the little cool, I guess fancy little chairs with a poppable out, whatever, well, not coffee holder, but more like a water bottle holder, whatever. Of course, here in the gorgeous this Tesla is just so much fun to drive. These P90Ds go really fast. And of course, picked up just my gorgeous nice little automatic timepiece from Fairy Global Wealth Trade. Automatic is so cool. The details on this thing are just out of this world. But anyhow, getting back to the video. The last time in the video I spoke about how you want to look at a plan that focuses more on commissions versus bonuses, and that was a really huge starter. I did mention that there are about 5 or 6 other criteria that I looked at. So in this video today, I won't be very long. The second criteria that I look at is pretty much, write this down if you have a pen and paper, but how many legs do you have to build? So what happens in network marketing or MLM or direct selling, whatever you want to call it, they usually want you to build, several legs. And so there's sort of 4 main types of comp plans, from binaries to matrices to stair-step breakaways to unit level plans. And the criteria that I chose allowed me to have massive success, and not just the success that you have for 1 or 2 years. I'm talking about the ongoing and long-term, lifelong success. And I've been here for about 9 years in my own particular business. And it was so important that the second criteria is how many legs do you have to build? Okay, how many legs do you have to build? Now, despite what you might hear, because there's different trainers out there, and of course, depending on what kind of a plan that they're in, they're going to try to sell you on exactly what that plan is, right? So just try to have this unbiased view of what I'm going to share with you. From a logical point of view, building 2 legs is easier than building 3 legs. Building 3 legs is easier than building 4 legs, right? So in other words, another way of saying it is, if I had to choose a plan that I had to build 10 different legs versus a plan that I build 5 legs, which one's better? Of course, 5. It's easier. Building a plan that has 5 legs versus 2 legs, what would you pick? You'd pick the plan that you have to build 2 legs. Because again, for example, let's say you had 10 people, friends and family, the ones you love about the most, or even some cold prospects, and you want to put them into the system, right? Well, if you had 10 friends that all knew each other, and you had to put them into a system that made you build, for example, 10 legs, what's happening is you're splitting all of those 10 people into 10 different legs. Which again, they might make it sound amazing to you. Oh wow, look, all these 10 people, and they're now your first generation, and every time that they do something, you can make a lot of money. But they're not telling you what's really happening behind the scenes. And let me share with you what happens behind the scenes. The 10 people you put into the system, okay, especially if they actually know each other, when those 10 people now try to go and find and share the opportunity with their people, guess what? They're going to know the same people. So you're going to have 10 different people potentially trying to approach the same person and put them in their team. So what you're causing here is actually competing amongst friends, which is really bad for business. It leads to bad tension, bad blood. People start saying this is a really nasty thing to get into. So to me, what was logical, in a logical point of view, because again, my background's a computer science software engineer, do a lot of programming was my past job, and of course logic had to always be there, was logically it made more sense to build a plan that had 2 legs than 10 legs. So what you would do in a plan that had 2 legs is this: the same 10 people you would have put into this other plan to build 10 different legs, what you can now do is put them all, for example, like 5 and 5. So you might put, the 5 people, that knew each other, on 1 leg, or even put all 10 people on the same leg if they all knew each other. And so, what's really important about criteria number 2 is how it relates to the next criteria, which is, again, how deep do you get paid? But again, for today's topic, we're not going to cover about that. We're going to save that topic for the next video. Today's video is all about how many legs do you have to build. So again, now if you have to build 2 legs, you can kind of split those people that kind of know each other into 2 teams, So there'll be less competing amongst them because now they're all on top of each other, right? So now they're actually helping each other. So for example, if I had John and Alfred that were, and let's say Dan and Bob, all four knew each other, I put these four people on top of each other. And now, as they go and talk to the common friends that they have, guess what? We're all putting them in the same line. So from a logical point of view, and again, I've heard so many weird arguments that people and other companies try to make. They try to justify how somehow building 10 legs actually makes more sense. From a logical point of view, building 2 legs is easier than building 10 legs. And the argument that I've heard about people, in talking about binary plans is that they say, well, in building binary, you have to balance 2 legs. You have to build 2 legs. And they make it sound like, well, if you only ever bring in one person, then you're not making money. And let me be directly frank here, okay? If you're here in network marketing, multi-level marketing, and you want to build a successful home-based business, I'm talking about an income that can replace your full-time job, that can give you some healthy part-time income, okay? No company in the planet can you do that with sponsoring one person. So this whole argument about binary is about, well, if I put, if you only have 1 leg growing, you can't make any money. Well, excuse me, it doesn't matter what plan that you're in. If you put one person into that plan, you're not going to make an income substantial enough to change your life, okay? And so, and again, I can go to even more in depth to say that, in plans like even binaries, if you even had one person, there's ways to do it so that you still benefit. But again, to make that truly healthy part-time income or healthy full-time income and stable, longevity, okay, is in depth, and plans that make you build wide do not create much depth, okay? So remember that, write this down. Longevity in network marketing is in depth. The deeper you can build your organizations, okay, the better it is for you. So if you're trying to spread your people wide, you're not focusing on depth, you're focusing on width, and there's no longevity in width, okay? Because and there's more reasons why about that. So the main reason why building it deep has more longevity is because if people who are underneath you see that they have people underneath them, then it makes them not want to quit. But if you're building it wide and there's no one below the people that are already in your system, because you're building it wide, you're not building it deep, and so that they're not seeing what's called overspill. And overspill is when people above you place people underneath you. If they don't see that, they're going to lose that motivation to stay on board. So if I was in a system, for example, for 4 or 5 years, and all I have is 2 people in my team, there's not much motivation to stay. But if I got involved, maybe I was busy, life took over, and 3 months later, I have 10 people in my team, and then a year later, I have 100 people in my team, I want to stay because there's more people. I can get cashed out on that stuff below me, right? So again, hope you guys understand that point of view, that again, in terms of criteria number 2 is how many legs do you have to build? And of course, find a plan that you only have to build 2 legs because it's easiest. But again, this really relates to my next video, which is again, how deep do you get paid? So stay tuned for my next video. Again, Rene Liaw here at MLM Unbiased, and have a great weekend.